Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you, Praveen. Hi, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to another LeadSquared webinar. My name is Abhinav, and thank you so much for joining today's discussion, the 30% growth advantage powered by field execution. Today's conversation is all about how manufacturing companies are using technology to transform the way their field teams operate and deliver results. Today, joining us are three leaders who have spent their careers building systems and technologies that make the field teams more effective. First up, we have Manish Chandagira, CIO at Simpolo Ceramics, one of India's leading ceramic tile manufacturers, which has been operating since 1977. A digital transformation leader. Manish has been a digital transformation leader with over 2 decades of experience. He has implemented SAP and IT systems across some of India's largest organizations like Aditya Birla, Adani Group, Sera, and more. Hi, and welcome to the panel, Manish.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Abhinav, for the introducing me to the audience.
Yeah, you're welcome, sir. And next up, we have Mr. Girdar Gaurav, Director of Marketing for India, Middle East, and Africa at Grundfos, a global pump manufacturer operating in over 56 countries. Girdar sir has spent his entire career bridging the link between marketing insight and commercial outcomes. So he runs marketing as a revenue function. He owns the P&L, drives pipeline, and also makes sure that every decision his team makes is grounded in evidence and tied to the business results. And welcome, Girdar sir. Welcome to the panel. And yeah, thank you so much for
Thank,
being.
thank you, Abhinav, for a wonderful intro, and also to the Lead Squad team for pulling me into this. Very excited.
Yeah. Next up, we have Anil Kumar. Anil Kumar is the Vice President for Enterprise Solutions here at LeadSquared. He'll be the one moderating session. And Anil has spent years, decades to be very honest, helping manufacturing companies and other emerging vertical companies adopt digital transformation solutions and implement solutions that are ground up. He's worked closely with hundreds of field sales teams across leading Indian manufacturing companies as well. Hi Anil, and welcome to the panel.
Thank you so much, Avinav. Excited to be part of the panel. So I think we'll set up the context. People already know it is about 30% growth advantage. So
Yes.
manufacturing companies like pharma, building material, automotive, heavy equipment, they continue to rely on heavy field operations despite of increasing digital adoption. Now, even if digital adoption grows, field teams continue to drive business outcomes in manufacturing. Now, this question is for basically Manish ji. How do you ensure technology initiatives directly support field teams' execution and contribute to revenue growth?
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Anil, for asking the questions. So, actually, in a traditional way, the sales force are roaming into the market, connecting to the dealers, distributors, and and get the orders and everything. These all are the manual or maybe with the laptops and Excels and all that. But nowadays, this entire things has been transferred into the Salesforce automation kind of a mechanism, which is known for making all the things automized and step by step, very less manual interventions. So this will help sales teams to get the more output, better result, and with the very less efforts, using the less efforts, and with that things, Salesforce can be a part of sales growth. An example, there are a few applications available in market called Salesforce, sales automations, cloud for customer for SAPs and all that. This all our application is built for Salesforce only, wherein with the help of those applications, the sales teams can get the order, book the orders, note down the orders from the dealer, note down their routine meetups, help with the sample collection, sample sharing to them, as well as those details directly can be diverted to the supply chain and distributor department or distributor mechanism of their company. and same way that will be transferred to the manufacturing department. So the manufacturing department can accordingly plan the manufacturing in such way, and that will also transfer to the purchase department, raw material purchase department in a similar manner. So the raw material purchase department also plan the, based on the requirement and needs of the market, they can schedule and they can plan the purchasing of the raw material for the product. So this way the entire things can be automated, and it will become a part of automation, and sales teams can be become a part of growth story of the any of the company.
Thank you, Manish. This was really insightful. I think this brings us to our next question, which is for Girdar. Girdar, from a field marketing perspective, what makes on-ground engagement and relationship building skills so critical for demand generating in manufacturing industries?
Yeah. Uh, Thanks for the question, Anil. I think, see, demand generation is evolving in manufacturing also. I mean, to give you a background, I come from tech marketing, then moved into industrial marketing, right? Now, tech is the flip of industrial marketing, which is, industrial marketing is very field heavy and less digital, and tech marketing is the complete opposite of that. But having said that, I think industrial marketing is also evolving primarily because people nowadays have access to reports. People with AI coming into picture, people have access to quick reports, quick inputs from in terms of what they are looking for, right? Customers are very very smart. They know what is their problem statement. All that they do is just Google saying that, listen, I have this issue, and AEO kicks in, and then and then they know whom to reach out to. But where field marketing comes into picture is we are still operating in a country like India, where we believe in touching and feeling a particular product, especially from an industry point of view, to sort of have trust in what they are buying. Yes, of course, yes, they get data, they get inputs, research from the digital space, but since this involves a lot of heavy industrial products, they would definitely want to see, right? So field marketing is evolving in such a way that we are somewhere bridging field marketing and digital marketing into one space. It's becoming more omni-channel. I cannot go and do only field marketing where I put up a stall and then talk about my show my product there. I need to follow through also, right, digitally, right? So field marketing is evolving in such a way that both field and digital marketing, the line is getting blurred, and both are working hand to hand, right? So field marketing is also very important in tangent with digital marketing.
Brilliant, Girdar. I think couldn't agree less to this. So I think this basically takes us to our next question, which is on industries like pharma, building materials often use thousands of reps. So and when we look at thousands of reps, it is a multiplier effect on the dealer side. So let's say the dealer count is almost, let's say, 4x, 5x. And similarly, distributors across geographies. So this question is for Manish ji. When you're supporting large distributed teams, how do you approach choosing the right technology stack? Because that becomes very crucial, because the tech stack has to be in a way that it also supports scale while integrating with existing large legacy systems.
Yeah. So as I told previously, it is connected to that way. Uh, those Salesforce automation applications are very easy, and I mean available in the market, which can connect with the ERP like SAP and all that. So with that internal integrations, you can connect, you can get the details from the dealer, you can give the dashboard, or you can give the order form to the distributors and a large audience for all the distributor dealers, that they can do the ordering mechanism from their locations, and that order can directly reach to the salesman's or the company's dashboard itself. So this way you can manage the entire show, and this entire mechanism can be automated, and you can with a very less effort you can get all the details into the system itself.
No, that's really a great perspective, which brings us to our next one for Girdar. Well, while managing, let's say, these activities, the field marketing activities across, let's say, multiple region, across partner networks, what are the biggest operational challenges you get from marketing perspective on the ground?
Yeah, I mean, see, the one of the biggest challenges getting dealers to adopt to this omni-channel approach. Field marketing is pretty easy. It comes like the back of the hand for them because they're used to that rigor. No? I mean, they want to push a particular product in a city. They know how to push it. Run some road shows. Invite customers. Bring them in for evening dinner, showcase the product. That becomes a very easy part for our dealer distributors. Where it is difficult is the follow through post field marketing. Because, like I said in my previous answer, field marketing is now evolving more in terms of omni channel. Now, the adoption of this omni channel is a very, very challenging part from a marketing perspective as a whole, right? And even when we are doing field marketing, we have to message it in such a way that what we are messaging it on digital has to be cohesive in terms of the message in field marketing also, right? Now that becomes a very, very difficult aspect, especially, I mean, I find it very difficult in the India market because our customers are complex, they're educated, they are fast, they need things immediately, right?
Mhm.
So when we do field marketing, it's not enough that only field marketing is done and then TK will get the orders, etc., right? Post field marketing, the follow through becomes a very, very difficult aspect. As a company, as a legacy company, we are very good at digitalizing our solutions and showcasing it to customers, but getting our dealer network to adapt to that perspective, because end of the day they are hardcore sales guys, yeah, right? I mean, they want to sell, maximize their top line, and hence maximize their margins as well, right? Now the digital aspect is a very, very not seen perspective from the dealer. That is something which is, that rigor is very difficult for us to get it to the dealers. And I'm speaking more from a very India as a country perspective. But of
Perspective.
course, there are some changes which is happening, and that is also because the customers are moving more digital as well, right? Customers are looking at things on the digital space. They are very smart, they're very well knowledgeable, they're very well read. Now, since customers are there in the digital space, okay, just field marketing is not enough. We need to move to digital. I think the adaptability will take time, but that's one of the biggest challenges we face from a field marketing perspective. It's that added thing other than field marketing, right? So
No, thanks, Girdar. I think that sets the context perfectly. Now, moving ahead and building on this, um, and Manishji basically help us understand how automation, analytics, AI is helping to reduce operational workhead overhead, basically for field teams and enabling them to focus on high value activities. Let's say they can focus on sales. How is technology enabling them? Is basically I think if you can throw some light there.
Yeah, so Anil, technology definitely help to get the results and get the facts of the entire operations. As a traditional way, as I told, people are getting everything on Excel, and you have to work on Excel, prepare data manually, and then create a dashboard or a graph or something like that on Excel itself. So that will take a hell lots of time, and you will not even get the actual map data. So there are many manual interventions, and that will also chance to errors and human errors or the data error, something like that. But when you put some technology, so that will make things automated. The data source will automated, data display, data designing will automated, mechanism calculation will, everything will be automated. And when you put AI on it, it is like a jewel crown on of it. So that AI will do the calculation, do the mathematics, results, and then it will show you and take you to the results which normally ideally you are taking 1 day, 2 day, or 3 days. That result you will get with the help of AI in 30 minutes or so. So that's where you can save your time, you can get the unmatched result, you get the data perfection, you get the proper data and everything in a very proper manner, in a proper, precise way, in a inclusion of all the data and input sources from various like market, sales team, dealer, distributor, their behavior, sales team behavior, their visit to the distributor, to the dealers and all that. So all the data can be become an input for them, and they can create a beautiful layout, and it will give you everything in a single dashboard itself. So that's where it is helping you in a big way. And yes, it will save a lots of time as well.
Thank you so much, Manishi. I think now comes the exciting part. And since you spoke about AI, let's unpack this further. Girdar, please help us understand that field marketing teams spend a lot of time on reporting, updates, coordination between multiple teams within the organization. How do you decide, let's say, where their most of the time should go, and how are you trying to streamline this entire process?
Mm, see, I think field marketing sort of works hand in hand with our field sales team. Okay. And one of the biggest challenges for us is this whole reporting aspect, right? Though
Yes.
there is an AI layer which is involved, but there's also one level down the basic layer of, how do we report, let's say, even if you want to have some amount of data or analytics in terms of whether a particular field marketing activity worked or not, that involves a lot of updation from the field sales, because yes, we can update a certain thing, but field sales are the guys who are going and meeting customers, right? Now that intel is very important to get transferred into the system, and only then we can do a proper nurture program for our customers, because we don't want to spray and pray saying that, yeah, I don't want to push some junk content to my customers. Now, if I don't want to do that, I need to have great intel from a marketing point of view, right? Now, unfortunately, what we see is field sales sort of takes their own sweet time in terms of updating, because that's not their priority, rightly so, also because they want to close the deal, right? I mean, they don't want to satisfy marketing and then, update systems pretty fast. But luckily, what we are also seeing is nowadays, like what Maniji was mentioning, systems are becoming pretty easy, where our sales team can just send out a quick message or a email which gets landed or tagged into a particular lead or a prospect, right? Now that way we have an intel saying that, we generated these leads through field marketing, and it has moved to the next level of, let's say, a meeting or an opportunity or etc. Now what happens through that is, when we simplify this process, it becomes easier for us to draw some understanding that this particular messaging worked with this customer. So in our next field marketing event, we can probably, if it is F&B or a pharma company, we can bucket them and say we should be pushing this problem statement, and it will resonate well with the customer. So to answer your question, I think it is still evolving, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, everybody is very excited about AI, but in my honest opinion, AI is only creating a chaos at this point in time, and it is a lot of noise. But I think sales will take a lot of time to adapt to AI. I mean, as marketeers, we generally gravitate towards AI. As people who are working on developing those systems gravitate towards AI. Customers gravitate towards AI, but sales still are in the field, right? It'll take some time. You need to make that system and process easy for them, as easy as them putting a message and that reaching the system automatically some way or the other. It is still a disconnect, but I think with AI taking a lot of noise in the boardroom right now, I think that would eventually evolve, and sales would be compelled to sort of adapt to these technologies, which they are still not. But I think in the next year or two they will be forced to do that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think let me also bring so I think since we have spoken about sales teams and technology, I think let's also think from the perspective of the dealer, distributor, and the intermediary size. Now, Manishi, from a system perspective, how do you create visibility? So we have spoken about sales teams. Now, how do you create visibility for the dealers, distributors, and internal teams also, so that the information flows seamlessly across the ecosystem? That is something which I think audience will also agree. I think most of the people struggle with that.
Yeah, you rightly said, Neil, but there are many good CRM, Salesforce automation applications available in market, which I named in my first answer. Those
Yes.
applications help you to make all the things automated, give you a wonderful dashboard. Those dashboard are having the entire information about the dealer journey, distributor journey, the entire journey, I would say, where the like first order goes to them, second order goes to them, the payment mechanism of the distributor or dealer, the invoice generations, the invoice reaching to them, what time they have, posted a payment to the bank, and all the details about the dealer journey, I would say, the order journey, order to cash, are available in such applications in a dashboard itself, in a application itself. So that will help to make all the things automate in a very nice way. Same way, there is another portion if you are talking about the sales teams. The sales team is also having such applications. Those applications give you a vision, a view, forecasting about, like, they give you the target, the KR as well also to sales team. Like still 1 month is there in your target to achieve, like 100 crores is still remain in your target to achieve. You need to visit this customer. So AI is going to help here. AI will help you here in this case. They suggest you, they give you forecast, they give you the predictions to the sales team, like you can go and visit this dealer. You can the dealer was having in this month a very big order. Last year they provide you the big order, so you can also try this year with the same month. So this way, predictions, helping, data gathering, data informations, and dashboard view to the sales team are helping them to get the market prospect and the ordering prospect and the dealer details. So this way, not only the dealer but also sales team can get the forecasting and the future business prospect, which we are saying business opportunity. We call as a business opportunity to them. So that will help in that way.
Okay, I think that's interesting, Manishi. And trust me, if I would have been sitting in the audience, I would have been thinking on the next question, which is basically the campaign initiatives which are executed through dealers and distributors. And Girdar, this is for you. How do you ensure consistency in messaging, promotions, lead captures at multiple locations? Because we have
Yeah.
onboarded a lot of customers in this domain, and we have
Yeah.
seen this is often a bigger challenge.
Yeah, yeah. So the same way, the platform which I am talking about, that platform are all platform are capable enough to share the discount scheme mechanism to the dealer directly. It will be pop up on their dashboard or their mobile that please do the business of this amount and you will be reaching into the next level. The same way, many games are having such a facility. For next level, you have to do this much of point. Same way, we can share the discount mechanism, discount scheme to the dealer, that this is this month discounting scheme. If you do the business of X amount with us, you will have the Y amount of discount. So that will encourage dealer to do the more business with us. So the dealer dashboard or dealer journey, which I am talking about, can help to share the information to the dealer, as well as there are multiple another way also, multi-channel, like by WhatsApp group. You can create WhatsApp group to dealers. You can do a email communication with them and share them information about the new scheme, upcoming scheme, current scheme. So there are multiple way to reach to the dealer distributor and make them aware about the scheme and all that.
No, brilliant, Manish. I think staying on this theme, Girdar, I think we would love to hear your perspective also. I think that'll be insightful.
Yeah, see, we're a legacy company, right? I mean, we're an 80-year-old company, and we like to sort of, control how our brand is represented outside, right? Now, you spoke, I mean, you asked about the channel and the campaign. How do we maintain consistency with our partners, right? Now, we hold control of the content which gets disseminated to our channel partners, right? Our channel partners have to use a particular portal where all the brand related content and assets are parked, and there is a particular methodology in which they are supposed to, even if they are targeting a particular customer set with a particular asset. We have very strict guidelines in terms of they need to go to a dealer portal, and they need to put in their logo and then download the asset. So everything is sort of automated for our dealers. So in that way, what happens is our brand is sort of uniformly showcased in front of our end users. So there is no two or three different ways of seeing Grundfos as a brand. That is also because we are a legacy company. We are very, we safeguard the brand, like, it means a lot to us, right? So our dealers can't use, and it gets flagged. I mean, for example, we see a lot of counterfeit products of ours, and it gets flagged. It gets flagged immediately, and then we have a process of addressing that. And our dealers are our fantastic partners, because they themselves understand that this, when we're taking this brand to the market, we need to be very correct in terms of what they're taking into the market. It cannot be frivolous. So we manage everything through a dealer portal, and our dealers are also very nice not to deviate from there as well. So any campaign on digital platform, any campaign offline, all the assets are driven from the dealer portal. That's how we maintain consistency of brand. Yeah.
Brilliant. I think this was a brilliant input, Girdar. I think this brings us to our next question, which commonly comes from audience also, that that field operation teams traditionally have relied on experience and intuition before we had these BI, AI, and single dashboard, let's say, visible to everybody. So I think, Manishi, please help us understand how are modern data platforms and analytics. I think some part you have answered, that you can look at last year's sales, you can, and then you can go to the distributor if the same volume of sale is not coming this year. But then please also help us understand how are modern data platforms and analytics helping move organization from intuition-led decisions to more of a data-driven field execution.
Sorry, is that question for
That
me?
was for Manish. Yeah, that was for Manish. Yes.
Yeah, could you come again, Nilesh? Some
I
network
was.
issue there. Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Fair enough. So I was talking more on the data-driven approach. So I think since manufacturing industries have been traditional and they have been operational for longer duration, I think over a period of time, how people have run businesses, they have relied heavily on experience and intuition. How are modern data platforms and analytics helping organizations to move from intuition-led decisions to data-driven field execution? I think some parts you have answered, but I think we would like to go a little deep here.
Yeah. So here, Mr. Anil, AI will come into the picture, and the SaaS technology will come into the picture, wherein you have to load your past 3 year, 4 year data, 5 year data for detailed study to AI tool or the ML engine based on the your past business, past data pattern. AI and ML engine generate broadcasting and the forecasting for the new business opportunity and the new business area as well. Like in example, I am saying that in your past year, you have get the good business from western region of India, but you have not explore eastern region. Then AI will suggest you that you can explore this year eastern part of the India for a new business opportunity.
Perfect.
That way, you will get the intuitions, you will get the forecasting, and also you will get the past data history as well. Like in month of March, in month of April, you are ultimately getting good orders from north zone of India. So it will suggest you in a next year also you'll have a good business, good marketing opportunity from North India in April and March. So you should hammering more during those period to for the northern part of dealer and distributor. So this way this model can be created. Cube can be created and analysis can be happen, and uh, analytic tool can help you for business opportunity and forecasting of the new business opportunity in new area and new dealer as well.
That's a great perspective, Manish, because I think that will save a lot of post-mortem what sales leaders used to
Yes,
do earlier. Like
exactly.
the season has passed and they've not got similar business what they've got last year from a region. Now, I think this brings me to my next question, and this is for you, Girdar. I think you also answered some parts earlier, but we just wanted more detailed input here. So, how easy or difficult it is to get reliable data from field teams, and what steps you have taken which has helped you improve the quality and consistency? Because I have seen a lot of organizations putting trying to get information on competition pricing, schemes, and all of that, but then, how do you ensure consistency? Because people can put whatever they want, and obviously, since people who are on the ground, intelligence will come from them. So, what steps you have taken to maintain consistency of data?
See, I'll go one step above. Our field team, both field marketing and field sales, right? We get genuine data about the problem statements from customer, and the reason behind that is the customers are very fast in highlighting that problem statements to the Grundfos team more aggressively. So the field team, the field marketing and field sales can't falter this aspect. They cannot give us a haphazard data, say, because even if they give a haphazard data, the customers would any which ways are through some platform or channel giving us the right data, which is, if they are facing a problem, they tell us that, look, yes, we use your pump, but this is 1 2 3 4 5 is the problem. And and more so importantly, when we do field marketing activities, our customers come there, and one of the reasons why the customer come there is also, a, they like our product, b, they also want to come and actually crib to us saying that, listen, this is the problem that you're facing. So our field marketing is there to understand what is the problem, and field sales is also complementing and giving that problem in a particular way, and all these are recorded in in a system. It is not something which is lying in somebody's brain or mailbox or etc. This gets recorded, and there is a proper case analysis which gets done once the problem arises. There are certain problems which can be solved. There are certain problems which cannot be solved. If it is cannot be solved, we mitigate it, of course. But all these problems are recorded into the system. Like I said, we have a dealer portal. Everything gets recorded into this portal, good and bad both put together, right? Good, if it is good, then we have good case stories which we use. If it is bad, then again we try to see where all it went, and this gets into our central data repository. And we are a very product heavy company, so we tend to go ahead and see where the product faltered, and hence this information is very critical. So there is a mechanism, there is a proper mechanism where they record information which comes from field into the system, so that is a very well oiled engine for Grundfos. Luckily, I don't see that happening in many manufacturing companies in India, but this being a Danish company, there is a process towards that, right? I mean, there is a very set process which both field marketing and sales need to sort of maintain.
Wonderful. I think let's shift from the problem to approach. So this is more on the adoption. Both of you have spoken that dealers use technology, sales teams use technology, but while onboarding a customer, I've met a lot of dealers personally. I've gone to remote areas, UP, East, North, South, down South also. The challenge that I've seen is adoption of technology. So, Manishji, please help me understand. In manufacturing, the size of the field teams are huge, 500,000, 2,000 odd people in organizations. How do you ensure when you're rolling out a new tech stack, how do you ensure smooth adoption and have technologies which are like mobile first or AI driven insights have help you accelerate the usage?
Yeah. So you rightly said, Anil, like any success of application, tool, or software is purely depend on a PPT. PPT in the sense people, process, technology.
Okay,
I mean, here I would say people, process, and training. So people is the willingness of people, adoption capability of people, process where you well establish the process for train them, some well established steps to adore the new technology, and third is the training. Train the people in such way where people can easily adopt the new technology, adopt, and they don't feel any discomfort while they switch over from old traditional technology to the new technology. So these all three word PPT is a main key role for success any technology into the market. Wherein you have to be ensure that the technology should be a good, easy to understand, uh, l- uh, uh, I would say process driven, and third you have to keep train the people continuously because as a human being ideally is a large scale people don't want to change their routine, they don't want to go for a new adoption, they wanted to go for the traditional or day to day process and the practice only to change their mindset, to change their process or to change their technology. We have to train in a such a different way and with the heavy attention to them as well. We'll sometimes we also have to put some attraction to use such new tools also, like if you use new tools you will get such more discount or if get some more incentive like that. So these all are the technique and practice to increase the adoption ratio, adoption rate of the application for the team.
absolutely. I think yeah, I think you've covered both the angles. One training and then other is something which is important for the sales teams to kind of do day-to-day activities. If that dependence is brought in a tool, I think I'm sure people will definitely adopt the tool. I think this basically takes me to the next one. For Girdhar, from your experience, what feature capabilities, let's say in tools, in field tools, you have seen which encourages teams to use them regularly? Because uh, I think the fundamental challenge is no matter what technology tech stack do we apply, we see a lot of a lack of option because I think and most of us know that field teams don't want to use technology. So what features would basically help them encourage instead of asking them or giving them as an additional task?
Yeah, see, I mean, let's be very, very pragmatic. I think the rate at which technology is developing, the adoption is not happening because end of the day, we're all humans, and this is adding one more layer of saying, listen, you need to go here, punch in this data, punch in that data, etc., etc., etc. I think what as field marketeers, we've interacted a lot with field sales, and one of the things which they say is and it's not that they don't want to adapt to technology, it is because they're super busy jumping from one customer to the other, and then they tell me, Giri, you want me to update on SAP every now and then, about how this lead went, the details of this lead, etc. But you need to understand I'm meeting at least 5 to 10 customers every day, right? Now end of the day, I finish my day at around 7 in the evening. I'll go home and then I have to do, I have to upload this on the system, which becomes a very, very difficult task. What they ask for is a very, very simple process where, a tool in their mobile phone where they can, the moment they meet a customer when they're on a taxi or on transit, they can just punch in saying that, yes, we met this customer wants XYZ details. So what we try to do from a technology perspective is, and I don't know if that is a very efficient way, but we try to help sales select the responses in a easy way. And say, for example, if they are going to meet a customer and then the customer wants a pump, they say within a pump we know what are the pumps they might ask for, right? So give a selection of pumps. Or if the customer just wants energy audit, all that they need to do is just select. They don't have to type in anything, right? All that they want to do is a much easier access in their mobile phone, and not getting into a system and then typing out the entire detail, etc. Of course you can.
Speech to text could be one.
Yeah, speech to text is one, but I'll tell you what, I don't think so speech to text is also not evolved that well, because what we have faced is, especially Indian way of speaking, and then that getting translated is not getting translated easily. Now that's another big headache for the user to go and edit it and etc. Might as well give a drop down of list of you know actual thing which they could have discussed, because we have a sample set of so much of data, right? What interactions sales would have with customers, right? Now, is this an efficient way? Maybe not. Does this help? Maybe yes. Can this be better? Of course yes. But this is at least probably in some way, you know
It does.
is helping sales, right? So I think all we need to look at is, how easy we make it for sales, because let's be very very honest, they are super busy meeting customers and their own end goal is to do sales, right? So this is some ways which we do. Of course we also use SAP ecosystem, which everybody knows how difficult is it to go through a SAP ecosystem, but yeah.
True. Now, if we were to zoom out for a moment, because since you've spoken about adoption, let's say if you were to introduce a new capability or a feature, let's say, so that you can improve the field campaign execution and lead generation, what it would be?
It is, if I were to include a new feature, I would say a feature that is, on the palms of my sales guys, right? Whatever I spoke some time back, which is a feature which is easy to select for the sales guys and not go through multiple layers, right? I would ensure I cut down multiple layers for sales. That's what I would dream of for our poor sales force, because the more layered it is, the more adaptability is going to shrink. Keep it very simple, just the customer and a predefined probable problem statement which they can select. That's the only feature I would do. And then probably a call to action in terms of whether the customer wants to have the second meeting, or just one, two, three steps. That's about it. If that is there, if that feature is there, then I'm sure the adoption from sales will also be significant, because let's also help sales. They go through a lot of pressure, and we adding multiple layers on system because we understand it in a particular way is not fair in my opinion. So it has to be a quick one, two, three step. That's about it. And the feature should be within that one, two, three step. I'm not able to pinpoint a feature, but whatever they have to do, it should be in three-step process, not more than that.
I think I'll agree to that point, and thanks for that perspective, Girdar. I think this brings us to our next one, and I think this I will leave to both of you to answer. Let's say if we are looking ahead, how do you see AI integrated digital platforms reshaping field operations and manufacturing over the next few years? And this is for both of you. You can
So
decide who wants to go first.
yeah, I'll try
Manish,
to answer. I'll try to answer. So it will definitely help field force in a very bigger way. The manual, many activity, specifically into the data entry portion, where the field force timing is getting too much. It will going to become help saving lot of time when AI come into the picture, when the digital transformation come into the picture. It will save your time. It will help to automate certain functions where minimum inputs and maximum output can be happen. So in if I in my agreement, it is definitely help reduce the time, repeatedly task to be reduced, laborers job to be removed, and encourage a smart work. Yes,
That's
Girdar.
actually a great foundation. And Girdar, I think let's expand this with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. I'll talk from a marketing and a sales perspective. I think one of the things where AI is helping our sales force is in terms of how quickly they can access a particular asset when a customer is looking for something, right? Let's say, for example, if a customer comes to us with a problem statement, we know that we would have worked on that problem statement with another customer, and we know there is a repository which is there now. The most difficult aspect is to go through the repository, find that solution which we have provided, and then there is a lead time to that. We always Sales is always used to saying that, sir, give us some time, we'll come tomorrow, day after, and we will present it or send you the solution which we have presented. What sales is able to do right now is, while they are with the customer, with AI coming into picture, we use the Microsoft N365, which is ChatGPT integrated. Now, what is that helping us do from a work mode perspective in ChatGPT is to quickly, all that our sales guys need to do is just enter a query saying that, help me with a case story which of XYZ, which we worked for a pharma company. It pulls the solution which we have worked for another company immediately, and they are able to show the customer that, look, this is how we have addressed this problem with another customer then and there, rather than having a lead time of, let's say, one day, going back and then emailing, etc., etc. Now they are able to capture the customer's attention immediately there, and I feel AI is helping that layer, broaden that layer a lot more efficiently off late for sales. I think that's an amazing thing which is happening through AI, and it is only going to compound. And that way, sales is becoming more smarter, more agile, and they're going closer to the customer. And this is also leading to a business closure much faster. The sales cycle is also coming down, because everybody will understand, from a sales point of view, they are in front of a customer. For them to get a decision maker attention again is going to be very difficult. So if you're able to get the attention there, and give a solution immediately, or at least show the path of the solution immediately, I think the closure to business also is coming very closer, right? So that way, AI adoption is going to be very strong across layers, and it is one of the best things to happen. Of course, it has its own pitfalls, but it is only going to increase the lead time to market much faster. At least that's what I see from what we are doing currently.
That's perfect. And Girdar, that was a great insight. I think this brings us to our last question for the day, for this event. From a field marketing or from a field sales perspective, what organizations needs to start thinking, or let's say making a change today, so that their field teams become more effective from the future? And I think I would leave this to both of you, so that audience can get the insight.
I think I can go first. I think field sales to sort of um, adapt to technology much faster than they don't like it to, will help them actually move forward in helping them close deals much faster. What I said some time back, right? And the reason behind is, at some point in time, uh, one of the easiest way to reach a customer is by the problem statement they might have, right? And if as sales you're able to preempt that problem statement and go with that solution, and you can do that only with technology adoption, right? And sales can no more say, "Arey, I'm only sales here, I don't want to do this whole technology mumbo jumbo." I cannot, don't ask me to adapt to this tool, that tool. It is a given going forward. They need to adapt to technology. It is for their better. And I think I would finish by saying that, the more sales is able to adapt to technology across whatever they are doing, I think the faster they will be with the customer. And because customers have multiple options right now, if you want to be preferred, then you need to adapt to technology and understand where that is taking you. So I would finish with that.
Brilliant. I think thanks everyone for joining today. I hope this session gave a lot of us some practical perspectives that we can take back and apply immediately. Uh, Looking forward to continuing the conversation sometime in future again. But thanks everybody for joining in. It was a really great session. Abhinav, over to you.
Yes. Thank you so much, guys, for those insights. And we have a couple of questions come in, but due to the interest of time, we'll just keep it to one or two. So one question was towards Manish sir. This was for you, which is this came in from Ashish, who is in the chat with us right now. How would you measure and compare the ROI between structured beat planning and the traditional one? And if you could throw in some examples as to how you can highlight if there were any challenges that are encountered while implementing this structured beat planning.
So, thank you, Ashish, for the questions. ROI is a main portion, is a main key force to calculate any application's success or a failure ratio. I mean, when you implement any such CRM or any such tool, it is always you need to measure, like, before implementing applications, what was your turnover, and after implementing these tools, what will be your turnover. So quarterly or monthly review is a review mechanism of your sales team, is a key portion to get the ROI or get the differential, what before and what after. So that's a key factor and key portion to find out the ROI. When you talk about the what is benefit, is a direct benefit of implementation of any Salesforce automation tool.
So awesome. Thank you so much, Manish. Girdhar, would you like to add anything to it if you want to?
I mean, say I spoke about it in my final part. If you
Yeah.
really want to, have ROI in whatever you're trying to achieve, right? Adoption has to be very, very quick and fast, right?
Mm.
CRMs are pretty complex at this point in time, but I think they're going to change because again, the options of CRM is available a lot for customers, and the more customer adapts to different options, I think we would also be forced to adapt to those technologies, and hence your ROI will depend on how faster you are adapting to these technologies and softwares, which is going to be layered by AI at any given point in time.
So,
Yeah.
Abhinav, I'll add to that
Yes,
question
sir.
of Ashish. So basically, I think the bleed planning has evolved, and it has evolved a lot from an ROI perspective. Now, please understand the beat planning for a person who's handling the dealer distributor network and then the one who's doing institutional business is very different. Each one of them have their own complexities. Now, from an adoption perspective, for a retail, it has to be designed in a way that you do two clicks and your beat is done, nothing beyond that. Now, from an institutional sales perspective, I think what Manish ji and Girdhar also mentioned that let's say you work with a customer and it's a large institutional business and you had certain amount of transactions last year. Now, the beat should get automatically done with a notification and a nudge that let's say you did 5 crores of business last year. This year, first 15 days of the season is gone and you've not clocked any business, and this is a place where you can go and let's say this much quota, it can help you retire. Now, that smart beat planning, I think, will definitely generate ROI. And even if you have, let's say, more complex teams which are beyond institution, let's say you work with the industrial or let's say OEMs also, In case of let's say clients like into paints, they have three different teams. So I think there the beat planning becomes more even more complex, because then it is attached to tenders and RFPs, and basis that and the movement of those will define what plan you need to have or adhere. So I hope Ashish, that answers your question.
Yes, certainly. Awesome. So, one more question that came in from the registrants was this was a little bit interesting, which is what is the one thing a rep can do in a dealer meeting that guarantees a second visit?
So yeah, I think Manish ji, Girdhar, I think I have something in mind, but I think I'll follow you guys.
Yeah, yeah, please, please.
So I think I mentioned this story a lot of times. Before we onboard a customer, what we do is we typically try to meet some of their remote dealers. And I made a visit to Patna. Now the challenge with dealers is we expect them to use our tech stack, our DMS, or let's say any other tool which is helping them, let's say see sales. Now the challenge is if they are exclusive, it will work for you. But then if they're a multi-brand dealer, if they're selling five different brands along with you, they will not use 10 different systems. That's the ground reality. And they rely on smaller tools like Tally. Now, what will ensure a sales guy a second meeting with the dealer is if you're running schemes and if you go and tell the dealer, and that is what the dealer told me that Anil, scheme calculation happens in month end. I don't care about it. By the time I miss the scheme, sales guy is not aware of it, and the salesperson was standing next to me. So I told him that, and this is what the dealer said. He said, Anil, if this guy can come and tell me that these are three schemes wherein you have qualified 70% and another 15 days are left, and you sell, let's say, 5,000 more units, or let's say tons or kilos, whatever SKU volumes you matrix you follow, uh, I will push that product because I sit on the counter. So all I want to know is which all schemes have qualified 70%, 80%, and I'm close towards achieving that milestone. So if you have that insight, you will definitely get the second meeting, and you will obviously have your quota attainment also. I think Girdhar, Manishi, you can add more. I'm sure you guys have more experience and knowledge towards this. Yes.
I think Manish can do that. I would not do justice to this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Anil, you covered almost all, so that's okay.
I think there's one more point. I'll not name the brand, but then I think there's a large company which is into ply manufacturing, and I think they did a brilliant exercise. And this is how dealer entertains them, and that what makes them a market leader is they generate a lot of inquiries through marketing, and they push these inquiries to the dealer, and they track those inquiries. And the beauty is if you give, although your margins could be thin because you're a large brand, you may not give as big margins as let's say smaller brands or local players are offering. But if you're pumping in leads to the dealer, following up with them, ensuring closure, then you will get more meetings because the
Yeah.
dealer
Yeah.
is getting business from you. So that's another perspective. If you're able to push leads to the dealer, follow them and help them close, I think you will get more
Yeah.
meetings.
So adding to this, Mr. Anil, there should be a mechanism to manage the lead, like lead management systems. It's called LMS. There should be a proper flow which can manage and control by some of the employee inside the office, back office itself. And the lead has to be that role is to ensure that lead must be reached to the dealer, and he also need to do a follow up with the dealer as well as with the lead generation people, where the entire cycle has been completed or not. So there are a certain flow which need to be put, we need to be create and insert into the systems. And with the help of lead management systems, we can ensure not only the growth in the business, but also it is an increase in a customer satisfactions ratio, and it will another brand value, I would say, for your brand.
So I think brilliantly put across the point, Manishi. I think there's another perspective to it, Abhinav. So if lead management and field solutions are linked very tightly to each other, or let's say
Exactly,
if they are
exactly.
one system. Now the beauty is that if you want to do more business, what will you do? You will basically send your guys to do, let's say, scouting in a geography where construction is happening, so that you can sell palm tile, whatever. Now, the moment you pick that lead and go to the dealer, give it to him, you can send it from the mobile application. Whether he read it, not read it, all of that is trackable today. So I think if you do that exercise, I think still you'll get more meetings with the dealer. I think they will entertain you more.
Yeah, dealer loves good
Yes.
leads. You know,
Exactly. And
leads
if you
which
have
are
a construction site photo in the dealer proximity and the lat long, dealer would love that lead.
and dealers love good leads. Okay, I mean, one of the things which we do is we don't pass a lead just like that to dealers. We nurture the lead. You know, so by the time it goes to our dealer, we tell the dealer that, you know, listen, this particular lead is engaged with us in XYZ thing, right? They have
Absolutely.
engaged with us in multiple touch points, and I know, and on the other side, dealers can't come and tell me that this is not the right lead, because
Yes.
by the time it reaches the dealer, we've done our nurture program in such a way that, you know, they know that there is an engagement which has happened and this customer is actually interested, right? It goes
Yes.
through multiple layers. I think, you know, giving them the right nurtured lead will help even the sales to sort of have confidence from the dealer also.
Yes. And the dealer will also take it seriously because
Yeah, exactly.
yes.
Amazing.
Perfect.
Okay, we're on top of Java. So
All right. All right.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for giving us the time and joining the session. We hope that the conversation was worth it. And also, thank you so much, Manish and Girdar, for sharing your experiences and your insights so openly. And also, thank you so much, Anil, for keeping the conversation on track. It was very engaging. And
Yeah.
also, we have covered a lot of ground today, and we hope all your questions got answered. And yeah, we will share the recording with everyone who registered for this webinar. And if you found this useful, share it with a colleague who would also benefit from this. And thank you so much again for being here. We'll see you in the next one. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
thank you.
Thank
Thank you for
you.
inviting. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Thank you.